This is London with Bitcoin Spike and VIP Trader. We're going to cover the close of New York markets. Hope you're doing well. We'll talk about Bitcoin, talk about NVDA, talk about Tesla. Remember, this is London, former hedge fund owner, private non-SEC, not financial advice. If you're not on our trade group, you shouldn't be trading with us. That's my bottom line. Say warning, delayed stream, etc. Make sure you know what you're doing before you jump into the markets. This is the caveat emptor, we will say. In terms of Bitcoin, let's talk about it on the 4-hourly. Bam. Right now testing, where are we testing? That 20 moving average. Looks like that 20 moving average is in play on Bitcoin. We'll talk about some overall macro patterns after we dig into some of the details here. It looks like the 8-hourly 20 moving average was your highly precise large trade. Bam. In terms of that, we talk about a large trade. I'm going to say a highly precise trade in terms of the targets that you can power into. And when I see a precise target, an exact hit, and we are T minus 20 in terms of the close for New York, we covered NVIDIA and Tesla and the NASDAQ, the big King Kong, largest, by the way, the largest bull flag that we can find in the last 10 years on the NASDAQ, period. We're trading it. In terms of Bitcoin 8-hourly, when I see this level of precision, the preceding level of precision, to me, that's a big trade. Why? Because you can enter a nice, large margin position if you were so inclined with a nice, tight stop loss, if you were so inclined, and you could move a lot of money with a highly precise level of engagement. Yes, yes, bam, bam. Nice hit on the 8-hourly. You say, well, what about every other hit on the 8-hourly? Well, can you use your other time frames? Can you get involved with the patterning structure within this candle and the preceding candle to project into potentially a highly precise level of entry here or a highly precise level of entry here? It's not just the 8-hourly in the vacuum that we would be trading, right? So work those lower time frames into your larger time frames. But yes, when you see precision hits like this, ba-boom, on Bitcoin, ba-bam. When you see that, to me, that says that's a big trade. To you, you might say, well, that only moved 0.3 or 0.4%. Well, that only moved, that moved 0.44%. That's not a big trade. Okay, well, I see a highly precise level of entry. Yes, absolutely. One that would accommodate an extremely tight stop loss to mitigate loss, all right? To make sure that you're not risking too much and bam, moving heavier amounts of cash with little risk, right? Real tight stop loss, boom, boom. 0.4, that's a nice trade. So when I see precise levels of entry like that, to me it says that's a big trade, okay? Again, bootstrap in the lower time frames. Make sure that you can see if and why and to what extent you're looking at hitting that level in the first place. So it's going to require some multi time frame approach in terms of those lower time frames, seeing how they coalesce into that larger time frame. But that 8-hourly has been the critical force. Now, we did not get out, up, and over. We did not get out, up, and over. What was the marker? 35,317. Trade did not engage. Specific cup and handle did not engage. Bottom line, we were looking for the specifics, that specific level denoted this morning, okay? In terms of the specifics, we also had an internal and an external. Let's take a look at this, an internal and an external level to beat. So we went over those figures, but just understand that we have kind of a micro possibility here and a macro possibility as you were to look on that specific hourly. Pay attention to that hourly coverture and handle possible. Look for these included patterns. Again, Bitcoin is borrowing these from equities, borrowing them from equities. They are spilling over from equities as we've been looking at NVIDIA and Tesla. One of the primary reasons we look at equities is why? So that we can pull in the technical framework, get more pattern practice, and yes, trade. Absolutely trade. Without a doubt, guys. We nailed some just awesome trades this year on Tesla. Saw some patterns and timing in play that very few people saw, and it was just a nice play. So let's look big picture at Tesla. Daily, just shy of the 20 moving average. Noted, okay? Just shy of the 20 moving average to be noted, okay? We do have this blue control level below. I'm going to let you know, after we've gone long here on the daily, we would love to interact with this lower level capital control line. RSI stochastic MACD, you got it. We'd love to interact with the lower level. Okay, that's just the bottom line. Same thing with the 6 hourly. We'd love to interact with that capital control line. 4 hourly, not much of differentiation from that 6 hourly. Let's look at the specific hourly. Just brought this to the VIP in the back. You are currently straddled right in between your 20 moving average and your capital control line. If I lift this just a touch, you're just going to see right now immediately buyers along that 20 moving average. Okay, that's literally what Tesla is doing now. It's been a difficult, somewhat of a difficult day for Tesla in terms of difficult week, potentially last week, etc. Let's go over one specific horn top here. As you're looking at a nice pattern, this is a very classic horn top. You guys see that? It just looks like bull horns, hook 'em horns, right? That's when you see this wick to the upside and selling pressure, wick to the upside and selling pressure, and you see that horn top. This is what we call it. They call it that's just going to be the regular nomenclature popularized in the industry. So that's just a classic horn top that we see. Bottom line now, the level to beat is going to be our capital control line. We need to go blue is the bottom line. Okay, we're resistance until we flip. We need to go blue on capital control line, meaning bulls need to get control of that capital equation. You got it right. In terms of the liquidity, in terms of the demand function, you see that capital control line go blue and bam, we're up and over. That's where we become interested long. Catching a falling knife, etc. We don't have to over expound upon that. Flash trades below, certainly looking at your Fibonacci's without a doubt, and everybody's itching to get to the NASDAQ, right? Nice patterns in play. So we're seeing here again that Tesla has picked up a bit off of a standardized, not that it's incorrect, guys, but a standardized, Teslas like this will play coy with your targets all the time, without a doubt. Tesla's going to play coy with your targets. You know this. We know this about Tesla. She's going to be off to the upside, off to the downside. She's so volatile, if she were not off a bit, she would just print too much money. I'm just telling you guys, she would just print too much money. It's just, once you trade Tesla and you understand the levels of volatility, you will understand that fact. So we talked about the pickup on the 20, right? A little bit of a push, a little bit of a grind, a little bit of a, had to get away from it for a minute, right? We discussed it, pull back down and away from it. And that's, you're going to notice when you are zoomed in and focused on a pickup that is pushing, and I know, guys, in terms of this, but when you're staring at it and it's all the gravity and weight in the world is on your pickup, and you're slowly pulling down and you have gone down 0.04 or 0.05%. I know, it's a lot, right? You gotta have a little bit of flex. Sometimes backing off of it, looking at the overall picture can help, okay? When you are just lasered into it, you're gonna burn a hole through the screen with your eyes. No, guys, no, don't do that, huh? Hope you're doing well. We're looking forward to a good, solid week, without a doubt. What do we want here on Tesla? We want to break that double horn top. Bam. Okay, let's break that double horn top at 227.39. If you're fishing overnight, beware, guys. Beware of those. If you're fishing overnight for positions, I'm just gonna say, we're just gonna say that. Just in terms of Tesla, because you can rock and roll quite a bit. We have a downside gap to fill. We've got an upside gap to fill. Likely we fill it, yeah, but can we really throttle down before then? Sure. Let's take a look. We got about T minus 12 in terms of the details. Not a bad, what do you guys think? Not a bad, we're not real crazy about angles on inverse head and shoulders, right? Not real crazy about them. But it's telling me I kind of want to hunt through a time frame and find a near flat top between these two. If I were to look here at this shoulder and can I bring it up? Not too bad. Still not too crazy about any angled inverse head and shoulders, because then we just have a rising wedge. Not crazy about that. So we have to remain bullish and keep ourselves associated with some upside potential given the specific dynamics of the NASDAQ and the bull flag. We're going to cut it loose a bit here and continue to focus bullishly as we have not cut out of this race. And as you look at your trade profile and my trade profile, we have not cut out of this race. You know this, last several weeks, last months, number of months, we just haven't cut out. We have not. We reinforced the 200 weekly on Bitcoin. You got it right. What is it? Bullish over, bearish under. What were we? Bullish, we were over. Bam. We have a new designated price on Bitcoin that we're going to own. Bottom line, we're going to own it. Up, we're going to own it. Down, we're going to own it. Okay? That's it. Bottom line. So in terms of the push to get here, right now we're looking at a different overall, the broader market picture. Just chalk them up, put them in line in terms of the trade-offs, opportunities to make some cash this last couple of weeks. Huge, guys, huge opportunities. If you want to stay busy and trade in the back, you've had nothing but opportunities to make money. And I close my eyes and throw a dart and watch it do circles around the room and just hit any wall. And it's made money. True? Yes. You know, just anything, guys. Anything has made money the last number of weeks in the back. True? True. So I said this morning, it's the no complaint zone. If you find yourself unhappy with the market right now, check yourself. You find yourself complaining and, well, this or that or anything, check yourself. Yeah, 200 weekly moving average, a move like that on Bitcoin, you better believe. If you're not happy, check yourself. Okay? Hey, VIP, all the way. Check yourself. Because it's not normal, guys. We've had a very good market, very good focus on the move, on the 200 weekly. Check yourself. What did we do? We focused for 2 months on it. 2 months talking about a carry position where? Up and over long of the 200 weekly, right? Ba-boom. So I say that because I want you all to enjoy the market, right? If you are not enjoying the market, check yourself. It's a good market. We have some exciting patterns in play right now. If you're off in the gloom or dump or whatever it is, guys, or you missed the last trade and you didn't get enough of this one, don't do that now. Step up, get the mindset together quickly bounce back. Get into the game. Look at the opportunities. Look at the trade-offs in front of you. We got some incredible patterns right now. I wouldn't waste my breath or yours on guys, on just some general, let's just talk about the weather. No, we got some exciting patterns in play, bottom line. So up, out, and over with T-9. Okay, and I mean it. I say it because I mean it. The bottom line. If you're not happy in the market right now, I don't know what's going to make you happy. Period. You got to get there. Let's look at the most exciting pattern in the market in about 2 seconds. Looking at Tesla again, and that's just to encourage you. That's when I say check yourself, it's to encourage you. I want you having a good time in this market. Bottom line. In terms of the potential for the cupature and handle here, let's just call on Tesla about the 225. We agree about the 225.10, just north of 225. We'll check the specific wicks for a bit more of a threshold, and we'll call that, how about 226.50? Let's call it 226.50. Agreed, 226.50. It's going to be a level of interest. Let's do a level of interest at 226.50 just to identify technically. And again, let's borrow this. Let's bring it over to Bitcoin. Bitcoin can rock and roll. Bitcoin can do very, very well. Hey, Venus, what's going on? Nice to see you. Boom, 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 boom. Nice to see you, Venus. All right. Now, let's see what we got. So, is this just an undeniable? Got to pick it up. Just we got to get a position before tomorrow on Tesla. No, I think you guys own lower on Tesla. 77-minute, not bad. Pay attention to the 77-minute. 77-minute, we do watch the 77-minute. Yeah? Nice hits on the cap line. We agree? The 77-minute had you clear on the 20-moving average. Note the 77-minute had you clear on the 20-moving average. Reinforceable level of support. Note the hourly got sticky. Ouch, 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 ouch. Reason we checked the 77. Yeah. Reason we checked the 77, boom, right into it. Nice hold for Tesla on that 77. In terms of the details, let's go through NVDA real quickly. NVDA with a nice rebound. I was looking at the 4-hourly. We talked about the level of variability from the hourly to the 4-hourly and how the hourly gained some prominence with the traders in line with this preceding bottom formation. Right? We discussed that in depth this morning. If you didn't watch this morning's stream, it was short. Rewatch it. We talked about this broadening bottom formation, typically a bullish pattern that we caught in the back. Congratulations to everyone who traded. And this is the type of rebound we'd like to see, not only here, but also on the NASDAQ. Let's just cruise into the NASDAQ, all right? Some of this is going to be determinative overall across the board in terms of having some correlations. We should expect a likely but not required correlation, okay, between your NVIDIA, between your Tesla. You can have an anomaly at any point in time, but as you look across the board, if we go green, heavy green on NASDAQ, we would expect to go green across the board. Outliers, always a possibility. As we look at the premier, numero uno, best pattern in the markets. You guys have a better pattern than this on crypto? Anybody? Better pattern than this on, I don't care, commodities? Anybody? Do you have a better pattern anywhere than the NASDAQ right now? If you have a better crypto or altcoin pattern than this, let us know. It's going to be really hard to beat that pattern that you're looking at right there. We agree? Yes. The NASDAQ. So the difficult part of the following is given overnight, I say overnight fishing, right? We don't recommend overnight fishing. I think we're going to catch the fish. We're going overnight. We're just going. You got to go, huh? You got to go fishing overnight. No, because you got to lock into a position, right? You got to carry it. If you didn't get in lower, it's a great challenge, to tell you the truth, to exercise some discipline, all right? To gauge yourself in terms of, if we look at about T-5 in terms of the closeout, probably NVIDIA, a few more issues to really talk about. Let's talk about real quickly on NVIDIA. On the, I want to go on the daily, if you guys don't mind, real quickly on NVIDIA on the daily. What's holding us back would be our specific golden short line. I wanted to make sure that we approach that at least. You'll see some of our short lines push up and over and then actually catch. So it's nice to see a reinforcement, as we've seen multiple reinforcements on NVIDIA for buy lines. Absolutely a lot of interaction for our short lines. Just that is the hurdle in play. Just noted. So back to the NASDAQ. Back to the NASDAQ. And on the candles, guys, it's just close. Draw your daily out, if you wouldn't mind. Draw your daily on the candles out and try and tell me that we're not just in the midst of a breakout up against a golden short line on the daily. Try it. Please go to your candles and tell me on the bodies of the candles we're not just in the midst of a breakout for NVIDIA, okay? Wanted to note it in line with the pressure potential above. Candle week deviation in line with the hourly and other time frames. We got it. But what a great discussion to have after the broadening bottom at the bottom. You got it? What a great discussion to have after catching this pattern here. If you trade it enough, all we had to do was point out this pattern. True fact. If you trade enough, all we had to do was bam, throw you this. Boom, bam. Nice move. So note that on the candle bodies. I say that if you trade enough, because if you trade enough, you know how to trade, right? And if you don't, you're learning this. Great. Okay, so the King Kong move here, in terms of the move to the upside, the NASDAQ. I just say you don't want to go fishing overnight. Is it just something that you've got to have some exposure to? Well, if you've got to have some exposure to it between now and tomorrow, then you've got to have what? The ability to lose some money. How much money? The full amount of your exposure. Deal? Deal. You want to trade this like a big timer? What's going to be the rule? If you have to have exposure between now and tomorrow, okay, then you also have to have something else. The ability to lose your position. Do not put it past the Bloombergs and the CNBCs and whoever else wants to get involved between now and tomorrow, or between here and any potential move here, and let it just happen to be. We got about T-2 in terms of the New York close going over the bull flag on the NASDAQ. The way this will work is the following. You can enter lightly, light enough to kind of feel some action. And you might have a lot of success. You can change your formula and you can personally decide to enter in heavily enough here to make a dent. to make an impression on the market, to really, really step up into and pound through your Q4. And what's going to happen if you choose the latter? Instead of, well, let's let this breathe and let's let this go, let's let this flow a little bit. What is going to happen if you decide to King Kong and pound into this position right here? Just get ready. Just get ready. Turn on CNBC, turn on Bloomberg tomorrow. What's going to happen? You know what's going to happen, right? Red all over the screens. Don't put it past the market to show you something that's irresistible, and then to make sure you're a heavyweight if you really want to play like one. Don't put it past the market. You know this. Now, in terms of this, let's say a big round of applause, because I know you guys aren't doing that yet, right? You're not doing that yet. It's not big time heavyweight yet. What we need on this pattern is what? We need two things, a breakout, really three things. Confirmation would be appreciated. Then what do we need? We need some momentum, okay? So there is a way to play up front. There's a way to play up front, pre-breakout. We would have liked to have focused on it down in here, okay? We were doing some other things with NVIDIA and Tesla and Bitcoin, clearly with Bitcoin, and clearly with Tesla and NVIDIA. So the issue is going to be the following. We need a breakout. We need a confirmation would be nice. And we need some momentum. Hey. Now the momentum should be a drive and push up enough that if this really performs as beautifully as it looks, there should be plenty of opportunity to participate in this. Okay? Yeah. So the pre-breakout move, the urgency, is not exactly right here. Okay? It's nice to have a position. It's real nice to have a position here. You already have a position here, essentially, with your NVIDIA and your Tesla move, okay? You've already got the component, the composite pieces behind this as you look at what feeds into the NASDAQ index, right? You've already got Tesla, you've already got NVIDIA. We caught both those moves, so no problem, right? Okay, so don't get too itchy with the trigger finger to say, no, I've got to get a big position now. With that said, I don't want to back you off of something, and you'll know your realistic level and your tolerance of risk. You'll know it. You know it already. But I would like to see you fully prepared to participate and stay cool down and through here. Could you stay cool down and through here? I really don't want to ask that of you. I don't want to ask you to stay cool down and through here. Really don't. Nobody wants you to stay cool down and through here, but you are going to be horribly uncool if you decide to King Kong into this right here. Now, the appropriate level, and we can't say that we didn't really trade it in terms of Tesla and in terms of NVIDIA. Where are we at on both of those? Low, right? Like, guys, a nice low position on NVIDIA. Boom, before this move to the upside. On Tesla, where are we at on Tesla? Again, a really nice lower position on Tesla. Okay, so as we look at that, I'm bringing that up so that you don't feel like you've missed anything, right? Tesla's where? Right in here. Boom, right? Nice move to the upside. Both of those nice moves on NVIDIA and Tesla. So the fact that you're feeling a little bit left out on this NASDAQ, on the pattern will make you think that, but you do have some shielded, right, tactical advantage given the fact that NVIDIA and Tesla went the way that it went with the technicals that we were focused on, right, and the pickups. Bam. So don't let this specific pattern throw you over the edge in terms of any kind of a panic or press to get into it immediately at a larger level, okay? Again, a breakout is needed. Confirmation would be appreciated. We'll remember it if it doesn't give us one. Confirmation, reconfirmation of a level of resistance, flip to support, right? And then we're going to need some momentum, and it's the type of pattern which could last for a while. It could run. Good gosh, it could run. And you just start thinking about, okay, what's the actual catalyst for this? What would be an actual catalyst for this that would literally just cause this thing to run like this? I'm thinking of one or two hesitations. I don't want to think about that. Okay, so we won't think about that. Let's not think about one or two hesitations. Just going to draw a few of these just to kind of see where we land on something. I really don't want to go through these. Okay, now let's note something. On Meta, the market is assessing this as well. Okay? The market's assessing this as well. Not exactly as nice of a bull flag. We agree? This is extraordinarily relevant, by the way. I'd pay attention. Just in terms of the pattern diagnostics, move to the upside, downward sloping channel, bull flag. Meta was crunched up in and around just to watch for what the other participants who are evaluating this here. Yes. Well, some of them traded this one. And this was a bit stodgy unless you got on the correct, on the correct time frame. And then you saw here, well, this is just like a 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe a 5 up and out. No, it got a little bit more than, a little bit, let's say, less attractive as things developed, right? We have much better conformance here. Much better conformance. Yes. Now, as we look at, we can look at the S&P. The S&P, not nearly as attractive. We agree the front runner this year is tech. It just is. AI is pushing the envelope. We're excited about that. Still a flag, yeah. Nearly an expansion, a bell pattern expansion. This pattern right here along the top, if you trade a lot, that's just kind of, that right in here is a sore spot for the bulls. A lot of, let's just say that deviation, failure to hit that level of resistance here creates a bit of a spectacle here for the bulls. Right? That midsection is just, it's out of place. We needed it up along that level of resistance for a nice bull flag. So again, looking at SPX, the S&P, looking at Meta, okay? Looking at then the NASDAQ. NASDAQ is the fully conformant beauty that we would like to deal with. Now I'm gonna look at Apple real quickly. We okay with that? Let's look at Apple real quickly just to get into some of the details. Okay, now Apple, another bull flag that we caught, true to form. Yes, okay, so this lacked where? If we were to look at, we had to go to the weekly to get a little bit rid of this just congestion in this area. Why? Because we like a straight line up, then a downward sloping channel, right? We do. So on the daily, we just see this and it's just messy and we've got this congestion here. No one wants to repeat this here. No, we want to repeat this, bam. We want a straight line into the pattern. With that said, the Apple, guys, the Apple flag traded 25, 35. From the time we identified it, over 35%. It's a nice move. Slow, nice, consistent climbing move. When I say bull flag, get ready. Get a position. Do it. That's it. Train yourself to do it. Looking at Microsoft. Microsoft is another off kilter. So when we look at Apple, Apple had more of a defect in the run up. We agree? Yes. We want a straight line run up to repeat. Everybody knows straight line run up. Hey, we repeat this straight line run up. Yes. So this is defective on Apple. When you look at Microsoft, Microsoft has the straight line run up, boom. A little bit of congestion. You see how much cleaner that is than Apple. Look at this. Yeah, look at Microsoft, boom, nice. Just clean sweep up, huh? Now, Microsoft is lacking here. Failure to complete to that top side resistance. So when we're assessing these, you see the value of going through the different pattern frameworks. One of the reasons we look at, guys, the institutional framework behind equities, you have big top dogs trading these. It's not just run-of-the-mill retail traders who are just throwing into a random alt. So the offices that are trading these, the traders that are trading, they have expectations, right? They have expectations. Technical conformance is on their agenda. It's on their bookshelf. The books that you have are on their bookshelf, right? For some of these top guys. So when we identify Apple defective, still traded 35%, we'll take it. Hey, we'll take it. We identified that. Good job. Looking at Apple, looking at Microsoft, right? Defective. Looking at, we can get into AMD. I want to talk about AMD. Slightly defective, right? Just too far. Chip maker, guys. You know most of these. But just a little bit too much of a push here, right? We want to move up. We want to end this on a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We might go 6, 7, boom. We don't want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We don't want that, guys. We want a nice count. Give us a prime 5 or 7. Deal? The 3 is pushing it. 1, 2, 3? No. No, not a 1, 2, 3. Want a 5 or a 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 up and out. Okay? So, even AMD, nix. We don't like it. A trade, sure, a trade. Nice swing trade, sure. People make money, you bet. Fire and ice galore here. Nice swing trades, nice pattern development. We don't mind it, okay? But we do mind it because it's not technically conformant, like, look at that. Breath of fresh air, true or false? Everybody just, that's nice. This is just perfect. The only thing we have missing here, well, I guess the bears could have pushed down a little bit further down into this level of support, right? We have a solid hit on the level of support. That's a little bit of white space. Wouldn't mind it to be perfectly filled in. But you, after having reviewed Meta, S&P, we know NVIDIA, Tesla, okay? We can talk about Tesla, bull flag on Tesla. Let's discuss that. Real quickly, bull flag review. You got it. Yeah, Money Central. Big time Money Central. True? You got it right. Everybody get on the train. We are departing Money Central. It wasn't me saying it, guys. It was CNBC, everybody, Wall Street Journal, Bloomberg. Everybody was saying, well, Tesla has set a new all-time record for consecutive positive days in a row, right? You know this. What did you hear from me beforehand? This type of pattern only comes around once every year and a half. Boom, 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 bam. Nice move. We agree. Technically, aside from us looking at our trophies on the wall from this one, technically, what do we have? Go to the upside. 1, 2, 3, 4, and not the 3, but we got the 1, 2, 3, 4, and up and out with the 5, right? We would have taken the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 up and out. Okay? We're not taking 9, guys. We're not taking 9 and 11, and we're not going, we want 5 to 7. Ideally, 5 to 7, that's it. All right? So, nice flag. Tesla did well. Chopped up, mucked up. What are you doing, Tesla? It's too good to be true for just a little too long, huh? Because now she's trying to do something like this. Well, you grit your teeth and draw it. Just grit your teeth and go ahead and draw it, right? She's trying. Okay, we'll give it to her. And everybody's going to be interested here. True? Yes. What's the advantage you have? The advantage would be the scaling in. Scale in. Ladders and scales. Get a position. The market is getting positions. Quote unquote here. Bam. Ladders and scales on the 50%. Boom, boom. You get up to here. Smooth sailing. Big time. Big time. So the closest that we found technically conformant to the NASDAQ is what? Just look at that, guys. Look at these patterns. This, that, you gotta be happy with that. Again, I want to challenge you, because if the market has you complaining or anything's not right at your trade station, or you'll look at your account and no, guys, no, not gonna work. Nix, not gonna happen. You don't have patterns like this and complain. You do not, I promise you, okay? If you find yourself doing that, check yourself. You find yourself getting out of sorts, check yourself. We literally could throw a dart at anything in the back and it's making money. True. Everything that's been brought up has made money. So check yourself. It's good moods all the way around. You're gonna trade the lights out of this on the NASDAQ, and we're watching what we need to be watching. Now, in terms of positioning, I'll say this: if you have a position on NVIDIA, if you have a position on Tesla, if you have a position on Bitcoin or anything else in the world, if you have a position in used cars or brand new Bentleys or Rolls Royce, I'm going to recommend that you have a short-term position and a long-term position. In your day trading, not dollar cost averaging, that you have the ability to execute a short trade, meaning a short time frame, meaning this hour, maybe this second, this day, then, well, how about this week? All right, well, how about this month? All right, now you can execute 2, 3, 4 trades at once at a critical level. True or false? True or false? It is within the realm of possibility for you on the 50% here to go ahead and say, fine, I'm going to go ahead and pick up a long-term carry position. Okay, fine. I'm going to go ahead and pick up a shorter term, maybe something that lasts a couple weeks. All right? Give me one that lasts a couple months in case we really fly up and out of here. Give me one that lasts a couple weeks in case I want some profit from this equation. It looks, if things get a little iffy. Give me one that lasts a day or so. Give me one that lasts a day or so. I'll take a long at the 50% that lasts a day or so. And heck, man, give me something. I got to trade. Give me something. Yeah, that lasts like maybe a couple minutes, man. Me personally, give me something that lasts about 5, 6 seconds. Period. Now, fully happy to go all the way down the list with the daily, all the way down the list with the weekly, all the way down the list with the monthly. Yeah. So, but looking at the positions, you know for a fact, if you don't have a multi-tiered in terms of the time frames, if you don't have it, what? You chose not to get it. You chose not to get it. That is a fact. If you chose not to get it and you're mad at yourself because you didn't get it, that's not going to be real helpful. Okay? If you write down that next time you're going to get it and you put it up on your wall somewhere where you have to see it every day, your chances of doing it correctly, if you write it down and put it in front of your face, I promise, go up. And if you find that it's continually something you're not doing and you're continually mad at yourself in the market, then I promise you writing it down and literally putting it in front of your face so that you're talking to yourself about the problem that you're having and it's not just me or someone else suggesting it. You figure out your solution. You write it down. I tell you guys all the time to write it down. I have accomplished some very, very big things in my life, literally, and I decided to tell myself I was going to do it and write it down and put it right in front of my face to where I could not avoid it. And they wound up being things that I accomplished that are big time things. I don't talk about them, but that's it. Do it. Write it down and put it in front of your face. You tell you what to do if you're not happy about where you're at. Okay, it's just, what was this? Last week we were here. So, flash trade, carry trade. And when I say the flash trade, the carry trade, it's very, high frequency trading is really split milliseconds, right? So the shorter duration to the longer duration. Satisfy your profit interests. It's a profit equation. Okay, you need to be able to participate in terms of that equation. And notice that I'm always saying it's a profit equation. Does it guarantee you're going to make money in the market? Is it just that easy? If you structure, you guys tell me. You tell me. You tell me how you're doing this year. Oh, you tell me. I want to know this in terms of guys, did we lose money here? No. But all day traders lose money. If I hear that one more time, it's the guys buying an infomercial like at the end of the day, after a hard day of work and picking up the phone for $39.99 to become a millionaire with an infomercial about used properties. All of those guys lose, right? The guys who fold into New York Institute of Finance, into real technicals, real calculative moves, it's just, I don't like here. Well, in 99.99, I hear that a lot. We don't lose like that. Our group doesn't lose like that. And that's something that you guys can all be very proud of because it takes a lot of work and discipline. And so that's a nice, that's nice. Let's look at this real quickly. So we have the perfect, this is the cherry on top. Bam. Just look at it. Perfect, right? We need what? Breakout confirmation and momentum. You're going to be able to trade this with some momentum. Okay? It's a requirement for us to complete this pattern. So don't chomp at the bit too hard. Recognize you're already playing with the profit equation quite nicely with your entry on NVDA. Yes, with your entry on Tesla. Your trade doesn't say NDX next to it. It doesn't say NASDAQ, but you're plugged in to the overall index composites that's pushing that flag. So is it important that you don't have a secured position right now? This is just the cherry on top. We agree? Absolutely. What a great, think about it. What a great addition to Q4. What a huge addition to Q4. These are the things that excite me about the market. And like I say, if you're not enjoying the market, if you don't appreciate this level of just tactical engagement that we get to have, technical engagement that we get to have in the market, just come on with it. Check yourself. Get ready for a good rest of the Q4. And let's just hit it unbridled. Let's really get into it and enjoy what we have to enjoy. So that's the quick rundown and routine. We've got some levels to beat to the upside on Bitcoin. Own it. When I start saying own something, 35K, own it. But what if we go down? Own 35K. Okay? That's it. Own it. 35,000. Own it. Yeah, but we went down. Good. Do you own 35K? How would you want to own it? It's not going to be impossible. It's not going to be impossible, I promise. When we leave 35,000 behind, I promise you, as sure as I'm here and you're there, it is not going to be impossible to own 35,000 when we leave it behind. Do you think it's going to be impossible to own 35,000? Is it going to be complicated? Really complicated? Overly complicated to own 35,000? How complicated do you think it honestly is going to be to own 35,000? What do you get into? You start to get into, wait, how do I want to own it? Okay, now you're thinking. Now write it down and put it in front of you. If you didn't have the positions that you wanted precedingly, let's say from the 50 on Tesla, right? Or if you didn't have the positions you wanted precedingly from where? From the 200 weekly. We're seeing the reset here. Yeah, with the fast action, quick take. Let's see. What do we got here? I'm not sure who that is. That's not Bitcoin. I'm not answering. Huh? Bitcoin calls me. Bitcoin calls our group. You guys know that, huh? That wasn't Bitcoin, so we will not answer the phone. So, in terms of that, you're seeing the ability to refresh at a position. We're at 35. Okay? So there will be some other tactics that we will continue to engage in. And the more I see you guys engage in trading and with me in the group, the more I will engage and the better we will do. You guys believe that? I bet you that's the way it's going to go. I bet you that's the way it is. In terms of fourth quarter, I'm excited about it. Let's really get determined about it. Let's not soften up. It doesn't have to be overly tough, but you know, if you can either have a you can have you can have someone to it's a warm fuzzy fest or it's a let's get it done. Let's get it done. You got a lot of people in this market who are winning who are not going to warm fuzzy parties. They are not being told what they want to hear every morning. We're reviewing you, huh? Yeah, we are reviewing what we need to review. Okay, we just are, aren't we? That's the bottom line. So from just a sheer kind of business standpoint and appreciation for the market and respect for the market, it demands a little bit of our attention that way. Yeah, almost drill sergeant style. Me, no, the market, yeah, little bit in terms of the rigor that it's going to demand, the technical proficiency, the levels of discipline, the overall comprehensive understandings. Like it's just, it is what it is, but it's not a softie. The market is not built to lay over for many, if any, people. You know that. So it demands a little bit of rigor and a little bit of that, a little bit of that step up attitude from us. So midst of breakout here, are you going to engage shorts? Would be the only question right now. Are you going to engage shorts? Difficulty, multivariable level on NVIDIA, multivariable level of resistance. True? Yes. Would you want to stack in two shorts here and here and just buck the trend and say, well, we're at resistance. Resistance is resistance until when? Until it's no longer resistance. Have you gotten some trades in this zone already? Yes. Is it bucking the trend on the number one literal, the number one market dynamic? Yes. You want to own it, own it. I would encourage you, if you are short here, just as a matter of principle and fact, that you are prepared to be short. Just follow me on this, please. Remember that spectacular move that we thought we might see? But it would really, really, really be a spectacular move, right? You can call this here and say, well, I'm just going to schedule some shorts in until I stop out. That's okay. But you need to be prepared for the off chance. And we talk about the reward factor on this, without a doubt. But you need, in terms of a payout to the downside, could be beautiful. Okay? But as you measure this, if you're going to play short on NVIDIA, you need to know that the bulls have this stacked up like no problem. Now, she's been a little shy. Crypto has thrown back and forth and launched up and around while NVIDIA has sat still. Yes, but looking at this, make sure you're ready to cover 45% to the upside. Deal? Many people would be. Many people are. Stop out opportunities along the way. I just don't want you to blindly say, well, we're at resistance, I'm going to go ahead and hammer in. If you do so in a measured fashion, in line with your skill set, and just pay attention to the authorities, i.e., New York Institute of Finance. You would definitely be fighting the pushing against the grain here. Now, you want an incredible short? All right, hit it. Just hit it. Just hit the NASDAQ. You're at resistance, just short it. Okay? You're at resistance. Resistance will be resistance until we break it. 1 in 3 chance that we just absolutely foil this pattern? Yes. So 1 in 3 chance you will look like an absolute superhero, huh? Yes. Now the deal is this, if you go to Vegas and you have a 1 in 3 chance of lighting up the table, all right, and you take all your cash and you decide you're gonna be the champ, that 1 in 3 chance, and you light the table up with your heavy cash and 1 in 3 chance, you got a 2 in 3 chance you're gonna look really bad, right? So understand, you wanna go out in style with this one. Yeah, not me saying, last, 4+ decades of information, you got a 1 in 3 chance of literally just killing your short. It'd be a heck of a short. Those are the probabilities. You deal with them. Correct? Those are the probabilities, you guys know, right? That's it. We'll go through Bulkowski. We'll look into some additional completions, hopefully, and just call the whole thing premature. Let's do that. Let's call the whole discussion premature until we get up and out of this. Fair enough? Fair enough. Until then, relax and enjoy your NVIDIA, enjoy your Tesla positions, because you did play in line with the overall market, and that's enough, huh? That's enough. That's awesome. Is that not awesome, guys? That's awesome. It's awesome, huh? It's why we trade. Would you want it any other way? So who caught that, huh? Who caught that 50% on Tesla? That would be us. Who caught that broadening bottom on NVIDIA? Well, that would be us. Fact? What's up? Nicely done. Nicely done. So, what are we looking at? Not bad, right? Not bad, huh? All right, guys, let's get it done. We will be streaming tomorrow morning. It's a big week. So we need a breakout, huh? I wonder who else thinks, well, I guess we need a breakout, huh? Who else would think that in the market, huh? I wonder who else would be thinking that at like some severely high levels. Might be thinking, well, okay, fine, we need a breakout, huh? All right. Right? That's what we need. Bottom line, that's what we need. That's it. We can relax. Way to participate on the way up. If you grabbed a position today, if you're ready to, hey. Nice and patient, nice and easy, nice and no problem. You got it. Nice and thankfully they're picking up my orders. This is perfect. Boom. Versus, here we go. We're gonna save the day. Bam. Big time entry. Dang it. Okay? Play the game the right way. You've already played it well with NVIDIA and Tesla. That's the feather in the cap. So let's dig into it tomorrow morning. This is London. We'll be in the back. We'll continue to go through some trades. Proud of you guys and you gals. Way to trade Venus. Appreciate you being there in the chats. And it's just, we couldn't ask for a more exciting market right now. We really couldn't, between Bitcoin, some of the key altcoins that we focused on, like Solana, XRP was another one. I really encouraged everybody in the back to scale into XRP. Just given the, I really did, guys. I really encouraged everybody in the back to, I just flat out, said so, because if you look at this, it's just was expecting us to get a nice roll back to the upside. So this is just beautiful to see. If we look at XRP, nice litigation posture rolling into a move to the upside. Let me find my 20s. Where are my 20s at? My core, right there. We do core acquisitions, managed futures, boom. This is nice. So we get to talk about things like this. In addition to everything else that we're looking at, bam, straight into target, you got it, boom. And from said position up what? Guys, that is gorgeous, 71%. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Well done. Way to focus on it. There's a reason I bring that up. 71%. Beautifully well done, right? Beautifully well done. So let's continue to be appreciative of the opportunity for each and every person, anyone and everyone who makes these trades possible. All right, that includes you, but it's not limited to you. There are a lot of people behind the scenes on the technicals who are in charge of these markets that make these trades possible for you, and they make them possible for me. So we appreciate all those hands and all that hard work that goes into the equation. This is London with Bitcoin Spike and VIP Trader. We will be back in the morning. We'll talk to you guys soon. Take care. Bye-bye.